Hi friends, this is Abby with Sunnyside Acres. Today we are going to make some super simple chicken bone broth. Our entire family is kind of getting over a cold and just a whole bunch of snotty nastiness, so we need all of the just nourishing foods. It's also, I think, 17 degrees outside right now, so we are going to make some bone broth just to keep us warm and try to help us kick this cold and move on with our lives. Super simple. You can use any bones that you have, beef bones, chicken bones. My favorite is just to use the carcass from a rotisserie chicken. Every time we go to Sam's Club, I always buy at least one. We eat that for dinner when we get home, just with some rice or mashed potatoes and veggies. Very simple meal. There's typically about half of a chicken left after that, so I will shred the rest of the meat off. We can keep that in the fridge for leftovers, make chicken salad with it. I also tend to just shred it and put it in a freezer bag so we can throw it in the freezer for later. That just makes it super simple if we need some chicken to go on a salad or in quesadillas. Throw shredded chicken into soup, just kind of anything we need it for, it's in the freezer and ready for us. Then we're left with the chicken carcass. I actually have two of them today. So you just take the chicken carcass, you can put it in a crock pot, Instant Pot, like a big stock pot on the stove if you'd prefer. Today I'm going to use the crock pot just because I do have two carcasses, so they fit a little bit better into the crock pot. And you just let it cook as long as you want to. I'll probably let it go for 24 hours or so, and then tomorrow morning I'll just strain it out and keep it in the fridge. We can use it for soups. I can add it to rice to use as a liquid. Just makes the rice taste extra delicious and has some extra collagen and nutrients in it. You could also just drink it if you would like to do that. My toddler he's about 19 months old. He has a really wicked cough right now, so I can just give him some in a sippy cup, and that's really soothing for his throat. So lots of things you can do with chicken broth. You can also freeze it if you want to use it for later. If I have my canner out, I will pressure can it to save it kind of long term, but with such a small batch, it's really not worth the effort to me to can that right now. So we're just going to eat as much as we can in the next few days, and then I'll freeze the rest for later if we still have some left over. So let me show you how we do this. Okay, now we have our chicken carcasses into the crock pot. You just take a little bit of apple cider vinegar. This helps break down the bones and just kind of extract all of the collagen from it. I believe this one is from Aldi, but you just kind of put a splash in there. Maybe a big splash, I don't know. I'm not good with recipes. Do what your heart feels. Just add a little apple cider vinegar. You can also go ahead now and add some veggie scraps if you want that, or any kind of seasonings, herbs, anything like that. I prefer just to leave it plain and flavor it later if I need to. So now we're going to fill this up with water. This is the part where you just put the lid on and set it and forget it. I usually keep it on high while we're awake during the day. Then before we go to bed, I'll switch it to low. That just helps me feel more comfortable, since I obviously can't keep a close eye on it while we're sleeping, just in case something were to happen. Once it's cooked as long as you want it to, go ahead and strain it out, and it's ready for you to use. I love that this essentially is a free way to get bone broth, as you're using the carcass, which a lot of people just throw away as garbage. Plus, this broth that you make from home is way more nutrient dense and higher quality than anything you're going to be able to buy at the store. And here's what's left after I've strained out the broth. You can see just all these bones and skin and little remnants. I'm going to take this all out to our chickens. You can see if I just kind of squeeze this bone, it shatters completely. So this will be a great snack for our girls. And here's our broth. So I'll use this for soups and all sorts of good stuff in the next couple days. It really is that simple to make bone broth. The crock pot is my preferred method because you can just throw it in and kind of leave it indefinitely. It just gets better as time goes on. I don't know if you can tell, but I've come down with the same sickness that the children had. So we are just going to make some soup for lunch. It's also a snow day. I'm watching the snow fall out my kitchen window. We're going to make some soup and just kind of hunker down and try to kick this cold once and for all. But I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining me for my first ever video, and I'll see you back next week. Bye.